Hi guys, it's Samara. So today I wanted to film my review of Scarlet Heart. It just ended today and I'm so sad. So if I seem a little emotional, it's because I am. I just watched the last episode like 10 minutes ago and I wanted to film the review while it was still like fresh in my mind, but so I'm just gonna read really quickly the description of the show that is on Drama Fever. It says, a woman from the 21st century gets caught in a solar eclipse and transported back in time to the Ryeo dynasty. And basically it's just a story of her trying to fit into her new life in the past and getting used to all the roles and traditions and things that she's not used to. And while she is in the past, she meets all of the lovely, handsome princes that live in that time. And you know, there's like love stories, betrayal, heartbreak. It's the whole shebang, and yeah. So this show has taken like that top spot for me for like #1 drama that I've ever watched. It used to be Oh My Venus, because that show was amazing. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. But this one literally like blows that one. Like, that one's not even relevant anymore. This drama is so good. It's a historical drama, so if you like watching ones like that, you'll definitely like this. And it has a lot of different things that I wasn't expecting when I first watched this show, and I am so happy that I started watching it. I've been trying to get my friend to watch it because it's so good. Honestly, I don't have any words right now. I don't know what to say other than it's the most fantastic drama, and I don't understand why it has such low ratings in Korea, but everywhere else in the world it's fantastic. So the story is a remake of a Chinese drama, or I believe, yeah, it's a drama. In the Chinese version there's 2 seasons, but in this one so far there's only 1. I'm hoping and praying that they give us a 2nd season, because I am not okay with the way they left this story. So yeah, I'm trying to leave this review pretty spoiler free, that way if you want to watch it, but I do want to talk about some things that happen story wise, so that'll be later on. But once I get to it, I'll put a big like spoiler sign up here so you guys can see. That way nothing will be ruined for you if you have not finished the show yet. But all around, I just want to say that like they could not have picked a better cast for this show. Everyone did their role so perfectly and so amazingly, and they took what could have been just like reading off of a script or like just an okay drama. Like, I've seen a lot of okay dramas, but this one, all of the actors just went above and beyond, and it was fantastic. So yeah, like I said, I am at a loss for words because I just watched it. So I'm a little bit too emotional to probably be filming this right now, but yeah. So I don't really have anything else to say about general things. Like I said, if you haven't watched it, you should. If you're into like the historical dramas, I originally started watching it just because I saw that Baekhyun was in it, and I fell in love with the whole story and all the characters, and even like the villains of the show end up being very relatable and just done so well that it's not like, oh, he's bad and he's good. You can see why they make every decision that they make, and it's just fantastic. I don't know. And all of, like, everything about the show was fantastic. It had fantastic visuals and storyline and acting and production and everything. The sets were amazing, the costumes were amazing. everything was just above and beyond, more than I ever would have expected from just a regular drama that doesn't even have very good ratings in Korea. It's actually I think rated one of the lowest ratings on TV in Korea, but everywhere else, like especially China, it's doing really well, and in the Americas. So yeah, I'm hoping and praying that they bring us a season 2, and this is where I will start talking about the spoilers. So spoiler warning, if you do not want things to be spoiled, then mute or just click off of this video, because I'm going to talk about some things that happened in the last episode that are just very, yes. So, okay. So I'm hoping by now anyone that didn't want to hear spoilers has left, or, you know, you're okay with hearing spoilers, because I'm going to tell you some. So, in the last episode, a bunch of stuff happened. Well, I mean, not really a lot happened, but it was just a lot of emotional stuff happening. There were so many people that died in the last episode. There was so much, like, unresolved feelings in the last episode. So we see that Haesoo goes to live with Prince Jung, and we find out that she was pregnant, which, where did that even come from? Because I don't even know, like, I don't know. They didn't set the story up in a way to make it seem like she would have gotten pregnant. I was just like, the only reason I knew she was going to be pregnant because I saw it. It was actually spoiled for me. I saw it on an Instagram post from the Chinese version. I always saw things from there, but I didn't know if they were going to keep it in the show or if they were going to change it. I don't know if the ending is the same. She ends up having her baby, even though they tell her that having the baby is like a huge health risk, and that she could very well possibly die from it. But she decides to have her baby anyway, and she has a little girl. So after Haesoo has her baby, she tells Prince Jung not to tell the king that it's his baby, and instead to raise the child as his own. I don't know if that just made sense. It's the king's baby, but she didn't want the king to know that it's the king's baby. Which, at the end, was just really, really heartbreaking for me, because literally the last scene, he's standing in front of the temple by himself, literally with no one, because everyone has either died or is like been killed or is just leaving. I don't know what. That was just like getting to me. I cried the whole episode. The whole episode. I literally had to reapply makeup so that I could film this video because it's just tears. And I'm not even like an emotional person to cry during shows or movies or anything like that. I just started sobbing, and like I could not help it. I couldn't keep it in. But they did kind of set it up at the end so that there could be a season 2. So I'm hoping there's a season 2, because they left a lot of stuff unresolved. So if this is the end of it, production team, what's wrong with you? What are you doing? Because it wasn't until after Haesoo died that that So learned that she had been writing him letters and he had been ignoring her because he thought it was his brother, and that was so frustrating, because I'm like, dude, even if you don't want to hear from him, just open the freaking letter. And it's like, of course, like, why would he open it if he didn't know that it was from her? But it's just like, you know, so you want him to like do it anyway, because you know what's happening, but he doesn't know what's happening. And I was just like an emotional wreck the entire time. So Yeah. When that whole thing was going on and they're like, you should open their letters and see what's going on. He's like, no, I don't want to because they're happy and in love. When really, it was just that she just wanted to be with him so badly. I just can't even deal. Anyways, so after that, I think after she dies, it kind of fast forwards a little bit until her death anniversary. I don't know if it's has to be a couple years later when So meets their daughter, and Jung ends up telling him that Haesoo didn't want him to know. And I mean, later it doesn't really show anything about him like trying to connect with his daughter or like him being more involved. He just says that like Jung's exile has been lifted and that he can come around more, but that's so like unfulfilling. Like you have a daughter with Haesoo, like I don't know. I mean, I know that like the daughter wouldn't have been raised to know that the king was her father, but it's just, I was like, they should have made it so that she knew that who her real dad was. I really wanted like So to have their daughter in his life and he gets no one. Like literally everyone is just gone. And that is so frustrating because she didn't want to leave him. He made her leave, kind of, I guess. And then other people died, and so then he's like left by himself in this huge palace, and he's depressed for the rest of his life because the love of his life died. And like I said, I'm very emotional right now. It's so heartbreaking and I just can't deal. I think that's when Haesoo wakes up in like the present time in the 21st century and starts like having weird dreams, and she's crying and she doesn't know why because she doesn't remember him, but she keeps seeing his face and she doesn't know why she's so sad after each dream. And I'm just like I literally can't. And she knows that something had to have happened because she had almost died and then she was in a coma for a year and then she wakes up, but all of this like other past life stuff happened while she was in a coma for a year. That's a lot of stuff to happen in a year. Like this was like a whole lifetime for her in a year in present time. And so she realizes something's going on here, and she's having like dreams that she feels like she shouldn't be having. And then all of a sudden, Jimong, the astronomer? Stars guy? He comes up to her in the present day and starts talking to her about things from the past. And all of a sudden it hits her and she just like starts losing it. And then she goes to see the art museum to see the paintings from back then, and she sees all the like big highlighted memories and she remembers, and she just starts bawling because she's like, oh my god, I left him alone, I'm so sorry. And she just keeps apologizing and apologizing and apologizing. And I forgot to mention, sometime in the past, when Jimong was talking to So, he told him that she wasn't from this world, that world, and that she was probably from another time. And so at the end, he's like, if you are from a different world or from another time, I am going to find you because you are my person. And that, if that is not a setup for season 2, I don't know what is, because that was like, that was everything. If there's going to be a second season, this whole entire first season was perfect. If there's not, then it left a lot of unresolved things at the end. like it didn't really show what happened to a lot of the characters. Some of the people, some of the princes, a lot of the princes actually, most of them died. It had mentioned that Jung got remarried, but never showed anything about it. There was also a part at the end where Baeka meets Boksoon, which was Woohee's like alternate name that she used, but I don't know if it was actually Wook's daughter or if it was just like him seeing a ghost or something, because he turns around and then he looks back up and she's gone. So there's like a lot of things, so I don't really know. There's a lot of things that happened in the last maybe like 15 minutes of the show, and honestly, I don't know where to go with this. Like, I don't know what to do with my life now. This is definitely like a rewatch drama. I'm definitely gonna rewatch this. I will most likely rewatch the last episode. I usually watch every episode twice, just so that I don't miss anything. And so that it's like permanently engraved in my brain, because I love this drama so much. But I hope that this time when I watch it, I won't be crying the whole time. I most likely will. Oh, the part that made me cry the most though was at the end when So finds out that Haesoo died, and he goes to see her at the house like where she lived with Jung, and he's crying, he's bawling, sobbing, like ugly sobbing. Lee Joon-ki is like never unattractive, but like it's that like desperate ugly sobbing when you're like so heartbroken and so emotional and so like raw. Like you could feel the passion, you could feel how upset he was and how channeled into this character that he was. It was amazing, and it was so heartbreaking, and at the same time I couldn't help but be amazed at how well all these actors were doing in this show. Seriously, like, and a lot of these people I'd never even heard of before this show, and they're amazing. They've done really good performances all throughout the show, literally the whole time. There was not a moment where I was like, the acting is a little off, but it's okay. The whole time it was like steady, like, or it just kept getting better and better. Every episode got better and better. That's how it was. And you will not regret watching this show. I mean, you might be like a train wreck like I am right now. Like, I am in so much emotional pain because of this, but I definitely think doing this review and talking about it is helping, because it's kind of like easing all of the like frustrations, because I'm getting all my emotions out. I'm being so like right now, because that's how I feel inside. I'm screaming on the inside. This is why I'm screaming on the outside. But yeah, so definitely give this show a watch. I don't think you'll regret it. Unless you don't like dramas like this, then you will probably know beforehand that you won't like it. So thank you guys for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it and that it motivates you to watch this, because you should. And if you have watched it, leave me a comment down below telling me what you thought about it. What was your favorite part? What was your least favorite part? Who was your favorite character? Anything you want to tell me, leave it in the comment section down below. You can also give this video a thumbs up so that I know you want to see more drama reviews like this. You can share it if you want to. Subscribe to my channel. I will definitely be doing more drama reviews. I want to have like a segment title for this, like K-Drama Talks or something. Just a fancy name that I put on these videos so that they will be specifically about K-dramas that I watch. But yeah. Husa. Anyway. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you next time. Bye bye. Annyeong. Annyeong.